This is gonna be more of just kind of like a fun session kind of video, but we're gonna hit up a couple spots. We're at the first one right now, and I actually have a 6-foot long parking block and the 6-foot ledge cover from the curb cover Keen Ramps collab. We're gonna get this stuff out and just kind of see what we can make happen with it and see what kind of clips we can get, because it is currently like 87 degrees outside. So I brought some water with me. I wear somewhat like lighter colored clothing, and we're gonna see what can happen without feeling like I'm gonna pass out. So let's gonna have some fun and just fuck around. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting it to be first try, so let's try to see if maybe we can get another trick out of the manual. Getting it. Oh, fucker. Right there. Right there. What the fuck? Oh, sketchy. Okay, I did it. That kicked about with some shit. I want at least one clean one. Oh, that one wasn't terrible, but I like started to rotate backside when I came out. Let's try one more. Another sketchy one. What the fuck? How did that just work? I don't know. That kind of hurt. All right, yeah, you can see my face is like fucking red from being like dehydrated almost. Like I drank so much water already and like poured water on my head, and I still am just like fucking exhausted. So I'm sitting in the AC in my car for a minute. Yeah, no, I'm probably looking like shit. Like my eyes probably look all fucked up too from this. But yeah, this heat, I don't do very good with heat anymore. So if it's like hot and muggy like it is here today, like I had like a half hour before I started getting drained. But I'm gonna sit in the AC for a few, let my phone kind of charge and cool down a little bit because my phone's starting to get warm too. We landed at least 3 with the kickflip out. One was like meh, the other 2 were like Tic Tacs. So I'll just keep the one that I did that was like okay. And then I'll obviously keep the 181 out too. But once I'm feeling up to getting back outside again, we're gonna try to get at least 1 or 2 more clips, but using the parking block. And then we're gonna drive to the next spot, which will give me plenty of time to like cool down and like hydrate and everything, because it's gonna be like a 30-minute drive back to this spot, because it's like on my way home. So I'm gonna chill for a few, then we're gonna try to figure out something with this parking block. All right, I'm gonna get back out shortly. I think I'm actually gonna try 1 more clip with the curb cover, or the ledge cover technically. 1, because I meant to get a photo for a thumbnail for this video, and I already threw it back in my trunk, so I'm gonna have to pull it back out regardless. But 2, I kind of want to try that front 50-50 and drop into a nose manual and go off. Like nothing fancy, like not 180 out or some shit like that, like literally just 50-50 drop nose manual. Like it's not something crazy, but I've never done that before. I'm just kind of curious how it feels or how it would look on film. But yeah, I'm gonna head back out there and just see what we can do now without me potentially dropping and passing the fuck out. Ooh, okay. The hardest part is I'm trying to keep my weight forward to get on my front truck. Taking it. All right, I got to figure out how to clean this thing off before I even leave, because there's all these like, I don't know how you can see it, but these tiny little red bugs, like wherever the fuck they are, and they're actually all over the ground too. Like they were getting like on my arm and shit. So I was originally gonna pick up the parking block to get the photo, and then as soon as I did that, I had them all like all over my fucking hand. So I'm gonna see what I can do before we touch this thing at all. All right, we're gonna try a couple like variations in a manual and then come off. I might try something where like I pop up, like maybe onto that manual pad and do one. But then I'm gonna try to see maybe if I use water, if I can just wash those fucking things off. 'Cause I'm gonna have to do that with the curb cover too, which I didn't expect that. Which, before I do anything, let me see something. So I don't really see anything on there. What if I go like this? I don't really see anything on here. I wonder if this is like too high. So just to test it, I just poured some water down, and it doesn't seem like they really want to go into something with moisture. So I might be able to get away with just washing off that parking block and then being able to take it home without like getting them in my actual car. I think the next one I'm gonna kind of put it to the side. And we'll try to like wally up into a manual. All right, something kind of like that. Because there's like enough of an angle on it, I can maybe wally up and do it. So let's see what happens. Try and move the angle somewhere over here so you get like a wider view of it, so you can see the drop at the end too. But I'll do it again. Alright, we're gonna try one more at this spot before we head out. I'm gonna put the block onto the manual pad, do like pop up board slide, then the manual, and just go off. We're not doing anything super crazy or tech, just something to at least land something with these setups. Alright, so that's gonna do it with this spot. I don't really have anything else here that I'm comfortable doing, especially with all these like little fucking bugs all over the ground, because I don't want to like slam too much and have like all over. So I don't know what they are, because I just know like when I was like smacking them on my hands, it left like a bunch of orange shit. So we're gonna kind of get ready to go and see if we can clean this parking block off. Alright, so I'm gonna pour some water all over this thing and see if it gets rid of the red bugs. If not, then it might be the end of the video, because I don't want to drive even farther home to go get out of the parking block. So I don't know. So I'll see what happens. Alright, so I got my trunk open. I'm gonna see if the water helped get rid of some of these, and if it did, I'm gonna hurry up and pick this up and get it into my trunk. Because right now, I think the water did get them to like disperse. So we're gonna see if that helped. I'm gonna try to get it in my car right now. Alright, so I managed to get as much off this thing as I could. There's a couple that I kind of like had to kill with my hand. But I think I was actually able to clean it off enough to safely get it in my car without bringing too many back. If anything, there may be like one or two lurking. But yeah, it seems like they don't like moisture like that in water. So that was a good call to be able to just like house this thing in the water and just watch them come off. So it kind of worked out, the fact that I had to get that cover back out to be able to get my thumbnail for this video, because had I not done that, I would have just been picking up that parking block and just skating like normal and not realize that there was all those things crawling around, and I would have had them like all over the fucking, like all over my shirt and arms and everything. Like I said, I don't know what they are, or like if they're like harmful or anything like that, which I'm assuming they probably are if like they're not like found right away. Because I literally had them like they were all over my hand. Like I don't even know if you could see like all the orange marks. I don't know how well it's easy to see. Like maybe on my, nah, you can't really see them on my other hand much either. But yeah, there's a bunch of like little orange spots on my hands. So I was like crushing them all, and like there was a shit ton on me. And like they were starting to get on my forearm and everything too. So I don't know what they are, but I was looking at the ground constantly and they're literally everywhere. But I just tested that little water trick on the ground and they like wouldn't go in the water. So I'm glad I figured that out. Hopefully I didn't bring any back into my car, because I have to be able to bring my daughter home and stuff like that when I pick her up from work. So I'm definitely be keeping an eye on that, especially when I go home, just to make sure. But I think we're in the clear. And I'm assuming it's just a spot. It must just be something with how hot it is, the environment here. It must just be something, because this place hasn't been used for anything in, fuck, I don't even know how long. I found the spot 7 years ago, and it's still never been used. I know every once in a while somebody might come out here and like cut the grass and stuff, but nobody does shit out here. And I've skated out here with a couple people before, I think in the past, but nobody, I've told people about the spot too, and nobody comes out here and skates. And it's such a chill spot. But I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye out for those fucking things now, because the last thing I want to do is bring those things home and have them all over my house and shit like that. But I'm gonna stop rambling, and we're gonna take the 30-minute drive back to the other spot so we can try to get some clips with this parking block there. All right, guys. So I was just curious, so I did like a little bit of a Google search. I'm still at the spot currently, but I just wanted to know what they were. So I didn't know how to describe them, so I just said tiny red bugs outside in heat. But it does say, and I looked at a bunch of different things too, but it says that they're clover mites, which I've never heard of that. So obviously it says you see them outside on the patio, on foliage, sometimes on windowsills, which in this case, it's all over fucking concrete. But it does mention that they're active when the temperatures are between 77 and 86, which my car right now says it's 87 outside. It's hot as fuck. And then they die when the temperature drops below 42 degrees. So with the cold water that I had in my jug, that kind of makes sense of like why that worked. But looking at this spot too, yeah, they seem to be all over the place in late spring, early summer. And it says that they don't pose a threat to humans, but I did see a thing that also said you don't want them in your home either. So yeah, that's that. So now that we got a slight biology lesson in this video, yeah, we're gonna get the fuck out of here and go to this next spot. And with how low this parking block sits, it sits so low. It's not like a regular curb where you can like slap into a board slide and be fine. It's slightly lower than that. So like you have to be level, like completely level on top of that thing, or your wheels are gonna catch the ground. Which when I was trying that pop up the board slide, that's why I kept getting stuck like that. So yeah, and I wanted to do like almost like a teeter-totter 50. Like when I had it sit on the edge, I wanted to like jump up 50-50, let it drop down, and then maybe go into a manual. But I didn't trust those bugs, and I really don't want them all over the place, on me especially, so we'll save that for a whole different time. I have done that one time, not with the manual, but the Teeter Tire 50/50, and I will pull that clip from Instagram real quick to show you guys right here. So I have done something like that, so I potentially could do that into a manual, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But yeah, let's get to this other spot, because for me, it's about to be like a 30-minute drive to this ditch spot, and then I'm gonna have to carry this fucking thing over my shoulder, because it's a little bit of a walk to the spot. All right, so with how hot it is outside, and like how my body handles heat anymore like that, I can already feel the heat exhaustion setting in. So we're gonna get to the spot, and I'm hoping that there's shade, because there is trees around the ditch, so I'm hoping that the sun's in the right spots where the shade kind of casts down. But I think my goal is going to be to at least, because the spot itself is slightly downhill, so I think I'm going to try to get 2 tricks front side, 2 tricks back side, so like 50/50s included. So thinking maybe like front side 50/50, and then like a front tail maybe, depending on how it slides, and then maybe back 50/50 and something else, like maybe even something as simple as like a board slide. If I do a board slide, I might throw in another trick too, but we're just kind of having fun with it. I'm not trying anything too crazy. I just want to see like if these setups work. But yeah, because I can already feel that heat exhaustion starting to set in, I don't want to like overdo it while I'm at the spot. Like the longer I've been driving, it's already been like 20 minutes since I left the spot, but like I just feel drowsy. Like you can kind of see with my eyes, like a little squinty. My head's kind of hurting a little bit. So I don't want to overdo it and make myself fucking ill, or like make myself potentially pass out from heat. Because especially because after I did the whole thing with those clover mites, like using the water, I don't have any more water in my jug either. So I'm not gonna try anything too crazy. We're gonna try to keep it simple. I'm gonna throw just enough wax on this thing to make it grind, and then we're gonna go from there, and then that'll be it. So we should be there in like another 10 minutes, and then we'll kind of see how I'm gonna go about this. All right, so we got to the spot, and it looks like there's that much that's actually clear. So both these little rectangles. So we'll try to set this thing up as coping and see how many tricks we can get. I'm hoping to at least get 2 per side, because like I said, it goes slightly downhill. So I want to get 2 on this side, 2 on this side. All right, so I got it moved onto this side first. I'm gonna drop in on it, and then we'll just session it. All right, we're gonna drop in from axle saw now. That one wasn't too bad. I want to get the full effect of this thing. That board might be a sick flip on its own. Shit. I'm gonna have to move this angle so we can actually get it. Oh. Okay, so since that one worked out, I kind of want to do it to fakie and then do something else, because that was really cool. I want to slide it longer than going fakie. I keep turning my shoulders wrong. I want to slide the one going to fakie just a little longer. front board, I might try one more trick, but I'm just so exhausted now for all the heat. So at least the front board fakie, I might try popping a couple 50s, we'll see. But then that'll be the end. Just to end it on a really good note, we'll try the back 270 going in from the front board. That'll be the last trick. All right, so that worked out, surprisingly. I'm so exhausted after today. But I had a lot of fun on this adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.